Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the College of Arts and Science New Student Event. I'm Chris Makaroff, Dean of the College of Arts and Science, and it's my pleasure to welcome our newest students to the class of 2024. I wish we could all be together here on campus as we start another year and you begin your Miami journey. But starting remotely helps keep everyone safe and healthy and gives us a better opportunity of staying together on campus when you do get here. I thought that I would start out by telling you a little bit about the College of Arts and Science and what I think makes it so special. Then I'll introduce you to some of our current students to share their Miami experiences and show you what awaits you when you get here to campus. They are joining us from our academic buildings and will therefore be wearing face coverings consistent with our health guidelines. Finally, before we get started, I would like to recommend those of you who are using Zoom set your view to speaker view in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. So now let's get started. The College of Arts and Science is the largest college at Miami in the heart of our liberal arts education that Miami is so well known for. We have over 60 majors, 50 minors, 11 co-majors that allow you to follow your passions and study a wide range of subjects from American studies to zoology and everything else in between. In all your classes, you will learn in-depth subject matter, develop a wide range of transferable skills, including critical thinking and problem solving, great verbal and written communication skills, empathy and cultural understanding, all the skills that are highly demanded by employers. In addition, we offer a wide range of experiential learning opportunities, including undergraduate research with faculty mentors, internships, study away with alumni, study abroad opportunities. In short, you will be able to study what most interests you while building your toolbox of transferable skills that will not only prepare you for your first job, but also set you up for long and successful careers and rewarding lives. But enough of me talking, because I know I can be kind of boring. Now I'd like to introduce you to some of our current students who are going to tell you about what they think makes Miami and the College of Arts and Science special, and give you a glimpse of our academic buildings that are eagerly awaiting your arrival here on campus. First up is JC, who's joining us from Upham Hall.
Hi, everybody. My name is JC Streeter, and I'm a junior at Miami studying history. I'm currently in the Upham Memorial Library in Upham Hall. Upham is a building on the academic quad with the famous arch and lantern. You might have heard the Miami legend that says if you kiss under the lantern at midnight, you're destined to get married and become a Miami merger. But Upham is also home to many different academic departments, including the history department, so I basically live here. This library is my favorite room because it's super quiet, and right out that window you can see Bishop Woods, also known as Poets Corner, so it's very beautiful. Another reason I love this library is because it's home to all of the history honors theses that have been done in the program. The History Honors Program is a program for undergraduate history majors like me to do 18 months of research of our choice with the help of a thesis advisor. I started my research last January, and I'm really enjoying the process. Not only is the research process amazing, I love working so closely with the faculty and with my advisor. To me, that's the best part of my Miami experience. It's the faculty who really support you and take the time to get to know you instead of just being another face in the crowd. Something that I had wish I had known going into my freshman year is to buy all of your school supplies before you get here, because inevitably the Oxford Walmart is always sold out and Amazon Prime can only do so much for you on the first day of class. Thank you so much to Dean Makaroff for having me today, and freshmen, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, JC. Next up, we have Danielle, who's coming to us from Pearson Hall, which has just recently been remodeled with a $65 million renovation. I believe Danielle's in one of our research labs.
Good morning, my name's Danielle Allaire, and I'm a senior studying biology here. As Dean Makaroff mentioned, I am sitting in one of the brand new research labs. My lab group was lucky enough to move into this space over the summer, so we're still moving in and it's a little bit messy, but very excited to use this space. As I mentioned, I'm majoring in biology. I have minors in Spanish and general business, and I also have a pre-medical studies co-major. One of the big highlights of my Miami experience has been participating in undergraduate research, kind of similar to what JC mentioned, but I work in a biology research lab. I was fortunate enough to get involved very early on during my first year at Miami. I also was very fortunate to be awarded a grant. So what that's allowed me to do is basically work independent alongside grad students when I need to learn new procedures and with the help of my mentor always. But I've been able to work pretty independently as well as participate in the undergraduate summer scholars program. That allowed me to receive a fellowship and spend an entire summer in a research lab here in Oxford. And that was a really unique experience as well, because while I've learned great things during this semester, being able to work full-time over the summer allowed me to learn more complex and longer procedures that are kind of hard when you're running back and forth in between classes. Some other things that I've gotten involved in here on campus is through our tutoring center. The Ranella Learning Center offers tutoring for groups of 1 to 3 students, as well as something called supplemental instruction. So that's when you have a group tutor for your class. So I'm a supplemental instructor for the honors biology classes. So hopefully I see some of you in my online sessions in the next couple of weeks. I'd love to have you. We just hold weekly review sessions and kind of go over the material in unique ways and encourage you to stay up to date with the course. And the last thing that's really impacted me here at Miami is the Mallory-Wilson Center. So for those of you who are going into the healthcare field, whether that be medical school, you want to be a PA, an NP, a dentist, physical therapist, anything like that, the pre-health co-major or the pre-med co-major can really help you out. The Mallory-Wilson Center is an office dedicated to helping all students make sure they're on the right track. You don't need the co-major if you don't want to pick it up, but what it essentially does is just make sure that you take all the classes you need in order to apply to those pre-health schools. You can take seminars where they bring in speakers from those professions. You can have one-on-one appointments with the advisors, things like resume reviews, or they'll look at your application when you start writing them. So a lot of great resources that are all there for students. And the Mallory-Wilson Center office is also in Pearson Hall. So where you're going to be taking a lot of your science classes, you can also visit that hall or that office very easily. And lastly, one thing I wish I would have known before coming to Miami is how many resources there are for undergraduate students, specifically in research, because that's where I've been impacted the most. But there's so many resources available in the libraries, and your professors are so excited to help you. They want you to come to office hours. Otherwise, they just sit there probably a little bit bored. So take advantage of it, look into it early. And if you don't know the answer to the question, just ask and somebody will make sure you get that answer.
Thanks,
Makaroff,
Danielle.
back to you.
Thank you. That was great. And hopefully your research is going well, that you've got everything set up there. So next up on our list is Everett. Everett is also in Pearson Hall. I believe he's positioned out in the Commons area, which is a nice new area in Pearson where students can gather and do a lot of collaborative learning. Everett, why don't you tell us where you're at and what you're up to?
Yeah, so like Dean Makaroff said, I'm in the main lobby of Pearson Hall. Right behind me is the Web of Life mural. That is a really nice mural that just has like all the life that is just studied and loved in Pearson Hall and researched and everything. This area and the atrium to my right is where I do most of my studying and where I do most of just my relaxation between classes, because it's just a really nice area. As Dean Makaroff said, Pearson Hall just got renovated, and it really is a really nice place to just sit and relax. I definitely recommend it once you get here to class. If you just want somewhere to relax, somewhere to chill out, somewhere to eat lunch, the main lobby and the little greenhouse area in Pearson Hall are just some of the best places you could be. My name's Everett D'Alessio. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I am a zoology major with a dual major in zoology and public health. I'm currently a junior, and for a typical day at Miami, I'll normally wake up, and it mostly is a lot of classes, and then will end up just coming back to Pearson Hall and having my experience here and just relaxing with friends and stuff. And there really are a lot of nice little places to come sit here. Along with being in classes and stuff, I also do research, and I also am in the Miami University Marching Band, which have been two of my favorite experiences on campus so far. As the person had said earlier, like research is really a great place to just learn what you want to do in life, what your passions are, what you like to do, and it gives you a lot of great experiences. So pretty much everything she said for independent study, you can just say everything. I could just say everything again, but I'll save your time on that one, and I'll talk about my experiences in marching band. Marching band, I think, is a really great example of how just because we have the College of Arts and Sciences, you can, and at Miami University, you can expand into multiple areas. You don't just have to stick to one area, and you can really follow your passions. The College of Arts and Sciences has a lot of really great stuff to offer, but I think one thing that I would have liked to know is that, like, you don't only have to do stuff that is related to your major. If you are pre-health or if you are zoology or public health like me, like, you don't have to just do that. And I know this is a College of Arts and Sciences event, and it's kind of weird that I'm saying go out of the college, but like, it really is okay to like expand and continue the passions that you might have found in high school, or go and try and find new passions that you didn't even really think about.
Thanks, Everett. I appreciate that. That's very good. So next up on our list is Allison. Allison is joining us from Scheidler Hall, which houses the geography department and the Department of Geology and Environmental Earth Science. So Scheidler was renovated about 4 years ago, I think. And one of the really neat features of Scheidler is the Geology Museum and an interactive globe. And I believe Allison is set up pretty close to the globe there.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Allison Borkowski. I'd like to wish you a warm welcome to Miami, to the class of 2024. I am live from the Geology Museum in Scheidler Hall, as the Dean has just told you all. I will pan, hopefully it doesn't hurt anyone's eyes too much. The Geology Museum is fantastic. I spend a lot of time in Scheidler Hall. This is our Omni Globe. It's a great place, the museum is, to pop in and out between classes. I do it frequently, at least once a week. To introduce myself a little bit more, I am a geography major. I have a minor in history. I'm earning a certificate in geographic information systems. And I also am working my way towards a thematic sequence in geology with a focus on hydrology. Most of my classes are housed here in Scheidler Hall, pretty much all of them at this point. As the Dean has already mentioned, Scheidler was renovated, I think in 2016, it was wrapped up. Apart from the Geology Museum, there are many labs, including the Geospatial Analytics Center. As a GIS student, I spend a lot of time in there. A lot of my classes are held in there. I've also spent a lot of late nights working on projects and working with data, creating maps in the Geospatial Analytics Center. Outside of Scheidler Hall, I'm involved in many other clubs, like many of Miami students are. My favorite Miami experience so far has probably been studying abroad. I studied abroad last semester on Miami's Luxembourg campus. It was a fantastic experience, and I earned almost my entire history minor there. Other than studying abroad, I really enjoyed this past summer. I had an internship with the United States Army Corps of Engineers. I did a lot of GIS work and collecting data along the Mississippi River and creating maps with that data. I credit my success in that internship to all of the things I've learned here in Scheidler Hall. I'd like to again wish a warm welcome, and back to you, Dean Makaroff.
Thank you, Allison. And so as you can see, there's many different opportunities for you to get involved in a wide range of activities at Miami. When I often talk with parents and students, I sort of summarize Miami as being the best of both worlds. We're big enough that you're going to find all the resources that you would find at a really large research university, but the number one focus is on our undergraduates. So thank you everyone for sharing your thoughts. And I just want to emphasize, and hopefully you've seen, that everyone's experiences and paths through Miami are different, right? Everyone's going to have a different experience. They're going to come away with different goals. They have different goals. They're going to have different moments that they remember. But I think the one thing that is almost common, that's common to almost everyone, are the fond memories of close personal interactions that they're going to have with their faculty. The students have emphasized this, and it's really easy to get to know your faculty, to engage with them, to be involved in research, to use them as sounding boards for jobs and connections. And likewise, we've got an amazing group of alumni. So Danielle was talking about the Mallory-Wilson Center. And so we have a phenomenal group of alums who are in the health professions that sponsor our students for doing shadowing events. So our students oftentimes will even go and live with the family of a Miami alum who's a doctor, and spend time shadowing them through the hospital or in their private practice. And so all the things that you would find at a big school, you're going to find here, but it's much easier to engage them. And then the other thing that I'm sure that the students would all agree with me on is the wonderful friends, the amazing friends that they make at Miami. From talking with alums, the relationships that they've built, they tend to last a lifetime. I've had the good fortune to visit several alumni events when the alums get together, and we have alums who have been out of Miami for 30, 40 years, and they still oftentimes vacation together. So it's just an amazing environment. And so now what I would like to do is introduce you to Ted Peters. He's our assistant dean, and he's going to tell you about some of the advising resources and other resources that we have at Miami that are available to help you be successful during your time at Miami. Ted, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Dean Makaroff. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but listening to the students, it really makes me want to go back and be an undergraduate again, even in these uncertain times. Just hearing their stories and what they're doing is always inspiring to me. My name is Ted Peters. As Dean Makaroff said, I'm the assistant dean, and my role in the College of Arts and Science is to oversee academic advising for the division. So just to make sure that all of you know, you are assigned a faculty or advisor from the very beginning. So you should be able to go onto My Miami and see who your faculty advisor is. You just go to the student tab, and it should be in the right top hand right corner of your screen. And it would give you some information about where they're located and their email address and things like that. One thing that we will stress to students repeatedly is please reach out to your advisors. They will reach out to you, so respond back when they do. They're an excellent resource. They're there because they want to work with you. But on a larger scale, if you're ever in a situation where you're not sure what to do or where to go or to whom you need to speak about an issue, the College of Arts and Science has a divisional academic advising office, and that's what my office does. So there are professional advisors who will work with any student within the College of Arts and Science. And for those of you who are university studies students, you might be assigned to one of these. You would have spoken to them during summer orientation and already know who they are. But my team are here to help you out, just navigate unusual situations, or just help you out when you're not sure where to go. Even if we're not the office that can provide the answers, we will help you get connected to those who can. One thing that I want to really stress is, you finished an unusual high school year for many of you in the spring. We're starting off remotely, but we're looking forward to seeing you on campus as soon as possible. In all of the potential uncertainty of this wonderful COVID event that we're in, reach out when you have questions. Reach out to your faculty, reach out to your advisors, reach out to the advising office, because we can help you when the problem is happening. It's much harder for us to help as effectively when it's 2 months later. We'll do our best, but we're just not as effective. So I really ask that all of you reach out if you're encountering problems or difficulty in any way. The other thing, if you need to reach us by email, you can find us on the website just by Googling or going to the Miami homepage and typing in College of Arts and Science Advising Office, and that will take you to our website. So, and I think that's all I have to say, Dean Makaroff, so I'll pass it back to you.
Thanks, Ted. I appreciate that. Now what we're going to do is go to Buffy Stoll for a quick plug and overview of some of the Welcome Week events that we've got going on campus to help you transition to Miami.
Good morning, everybody. As Dean Makaroff said, we've got a series of Welcome Weekend events, and this is kicking us off today. And for the next 3 days, for the rest of today and Saturday and Sunday, as we look forward to the start of classes on Monday morning, we've got over 50 events lined up virtually to welcome you to Miami and help you get ready for the start of the school year. We'll continue those events through the first 50 days of school. So we'll have more events waiting for those of you who are moving to campus during the week of September 14th. And you can find everything on miamioh.edu/welcome weekend, including those events that run all the way through October 4th. We hope that you'll take advantage of those through the next several weeks. And there's all kinds of different ones, including workshops through this afternoon. We have some affinity spaces so that students from various identities and backgrounds can connect with other communities and support at the university. And then in the evenings, tonight and tomorrow, we've got some online entertainment, a game show where you can win money, comedians, musicians, just the kinds of events that you'll find all throughout the year. We're just online for the first 5 weeks, and we hope that you'll still engage with us.
Great, thanks, Buffy. And so before I wrap things up, I'd really like to stress what Ted was saying. It's really, really important that you meet with your faculty advisors, your academic advisors in the College of Arts and Science, and career advisors. One of the things that we didn't mention is that Miami has a whole office that's solely dedicated to career development and helping you match your passions and your degree with the kinds of jobs that you're interested in having. So definitely take advantage of the advising that we provide. Likewise, it was brought up, connect with your faculty. Go to office hours, ask questions, interact with your faculty. We're all here to help you. For those parents who are out there, they'll remember Star Trek and the Vulcan mind meld. I always tell students that while we have not yet perfected the ability to directly transfer knowledge into your brains, we are here to help you master the concepts and skills that are going to set you on a path to success. But you're going to have to work. College is different than high school, right? And so when we say that you need to spend more time outside of class than you do inside of class studying, we really mean it. And it's especially important for all those introductory classes, right? And so just because you had AP or honors or whatever it was in high school, that doesn't mean that we're going to let you coast in your classes. We're going to challenge you. We're going to push you. We're going to bring out the best in you. We're going to be here to help you all along the way, but we're going to expect you to carry your weight too. So just remember, all you have to do is take advantage of the many resources that we provide you. And so with that, I'd like to wrap up our session for today by thanking everyone for joining us, our Miami students in particular. Classes have not started yet. They're all in the process of just moving back into Oxford. And so they took time out of their busy days and schedules to come and spend a little bit of time with us to share their experiences. And I just want to say that I'm really looking forward to meeting each and every one of you over the course of the next 4 years as you build your experiences as part of the College of Arts and Science and become part of the Miami family. As dean, my two most favorite aspects of my job are welcoming new students to Miami and then participating in graduation. And so when we have graduation, we have about 1,800 students who graduate in the spring. And it turns out that I shake hands with about 900 of those students as they walk across the stage. And while I end up with a sore hand at the end of the night, it's really gratifying because I've gotten to know many of the students who come across the stage. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you when you get here on campus and become part of the Miami family. So have a great day and a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you around campus when you get here. Bye-bye.